Well, hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Happy hump day. Hope you're all enjoying the weather. It's supposed to be a scorcher back home as well, and it's going to get even hotter tomorrow, 30 degrees tomorrow. So yeah, good luck with that one. it's not all about 38 degrees when you're back home, that's for sure. Jesus Christ. But good evening to everyone in the chat room already. Appreciate that. Like I said, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's talk about Reece Nelson. This is not going to be a massively long stream either. Can anyone hear me now? Sorry, I had my phone plugged in. Can anyone hear me now? Is all the audio fine now? Yeah. Let me know in the comments so you can hear me. How loud and clear? Thank you, Finley. Thank you. Sorry, I had my charger plugged in, and for some reason it goes around the car. So listen, I'm only on about 20% battery, so this ain't going to be a massively long stream. So let's just get straight into it. Good evening to moderator S.Teov. I hope you're well, and everybody else in the chat. But Reece Nelson is wanted by Hertha Berlin, and I don't really know how I feel about this one, if I'm being honest. You know, it'd be a good opportunity for him to go over to Germany and get a good sustained period of games. He went out there last year. Obviously, he went to Hoffenheim, and he started off like a house on fire. He was absolutely fantastic, and scored 6 goals with 7 shots on target or something stupid. But then he sort of fell away after that. Didn't really get a lot of minutes after that, and yeah, it didn't end up being as successful as it probably should have been after the start he had. But I'd rather see him play for Arsenal, if I'm being honest. Listen, if he goes to Hertha Berlin, he'll probably play more games there than he will at Arsenal. And you know, if it was left to me, he'd start every game, because we need a right winger, and he's a right winger. He can play attacking midfield, he can play right wing, and I think he deserves a shot. Listen, we can't get any worse than we have been in recent years, and I think that the kids that have been on tour this season over in pre-season over in America, Joe Willock, John Jules, Eddie Nketiah, all 3 of them have been absolutely outstanding, and all 3 of them deserve a chance. There's talk that Smith Rowe could be going on loan as well, Reece Nelson to Hertha Berlin, and for me, I'm not too sure. Listen, I don't want to go with this tried and untested, well, it's not untested, it's tried and tested players that have let us down for years and years, you know? How about let's go with some of these kids that have got no fear, they've got hunger and passion for the shirt, and they have a point to prove. They want to stake a claim, and they want to be in the first team, you know? I'm just reading a comment here from Protier Mondale. Willock was praised by Zidane after yesterday's game. Well, there you go, mate. You don't get much higher praise than that, do you? I haven't seen the full game. I've seen extended highlights of the game, and by what I see, when he went off at half-time, we sort of fell apart a little bit. Some of the more experienced players didn't really do it, did they? Let's be real. Granit Xhaka, people are tipping him to be captain, and same old Granit Xhaka. And for me, Joe Willock deserves a shot. He's got everything that is required to play in that midfield. He's good technically, he's got the physicality, he's good with both feet, he don't shirk a tackle. But just coming back to Reece Nelson, which is why I started this stream in the first place, I think he deserves a crack. I think he should get a shot at the first team for Arsenal. Like, you know, whilst it's all great that he can go out on loan, and he signed a new deal before he went on loan to Hoffenheim last season, just give him a go. Can we genuinely get any worse with him in our team? I don't think we can. If anything, we're going to be more direct. None of this tippy-tappy sideways rubbish that we've seen for the last 4 or 5 years. It's going to be direct football. Put him on one side. If we sign Wilfried Zaha, you'll have him on the other side. Ceballos, apparently he's in London. Apparently the medical's being done. Regardless of the S.Teov injury, that deal is still likely to go through. That's not going to be halted because of that injury, and it looked pretty bad, that injury, to be fair. So I hope he recovers well, because he's another fantastic player, that S.Teov, very good player, and they think highly of him over in Madrid. But you know, if you had Ceballos in midfield with Willock and Torreira, and then you have Zaha one side, Reece Nelson the other, you could go with 2 up top. I don't know. I don't know. You could go with 1 up top. You could go with so many different formations, a 4-2-3-1, a 4-2-2-2. You could do so many things. You could play 5 at the back. But for me, I think Reece Nelson's got to stay. I think that he deserves a chance. And like I said, he's very direct. He's got an eye for goal. He's got a great cross on him. And, you know, are we going to see the likes of Mkhitaryan starting week in, week out? Because I say something now, if we are, we ain't going to get any better this season than we were last season. I think we just all have to accept it. If the likes of Ozil, Xhaka and Mickey and Mustafi are all going to be playing games every single week, then sorry, not for me. I'll back it every week because I'm an Arsenal fan and I'll be going to the home games and stuff like that. So I'll be backing the boys once I'm there. But if I see them four faces in the team every single week, it's very difficult to get excited going into a game. Once the whistle blows, obviously your emotions take over and you back the boys. But I'm sorry, I want to see Reece Nelson playing for Arsenal. Why sign a new contract? I know they're trying to protect his, you know, he's obviously an up-and-coming youngster. But he's not such a youngster anymore. Let's be real. He's in his 20s now and he's 20, 21. Why loan him out again? We've done this with Callum Chambers, and Callum Chambers has not held down a position at Arsenal because he's constantly on loan. Now, I don't rate Callum Chambers as highly as I do Reece Nelson. I've actually seen Reece Nelson in maybe 8 games for Arsenal live. I was out in Bate Borisov, not the season just gone, the season before. He was unbelievable in that game. I know they're not a great team, but he was absolutely fantastic. I see him at the Emirates. I can't remember what game it was. I think it might have been Doncaster or Norwich. I'm not sure, but there was a Premier League game he played. I can't remember what game that was, but his crossing was on point. He doesn't rush his crosses. He picks out the right pass every time, whether it's a lofted one to the back stick, a low driven across goal, a squared back one. And I think Reece Nelson deserves a chance at Arsenal. I know a lot of Arsenal fans don't think he's good enough, but listen, is Mkhitaryan good enough? No, probably not. He's done absolutely nothing to warrant a starting place at Arsenal Football Club. Why not go with Reiss? He's hungry. He's been here a long time. He gets what it means to play for the shirt. And, you know, he ain't on massive wages. He's going to try and do everything he can to make a name for himself. And, you know, it's, yeah, whilst it might be great for his career if he goes on loan, in terms of he's going to play a hell of a lot of minutes more, for me, he should be playing a hell of a lot of minutes for Arsenal. Let me read some of these out. Like I said, it's not going to be a massively long string because my battery's not all that right now. Damn Lee, tan on game, bruv. Tan on point. Thank you for that. Listen, my tan's coming on all right. Shame I've got to come back home in 3 days. Mickey was abysmal. We have to sell him. Thanks for that, Sergio. I appreciate him. Asensio ruptured his ACL, says Eric. Yeah, it looked bad, mate. I must admit, it did look bad. And listen, that's a massive miss for Real Madrid because he's a mainstay in their team most of the time, mate. So yeah. Let's read some more of these. Xhaka was spent come the 65th minute. Absolute rubbish and unreliable. He needed to be hooked earlier. Mate, his penalty was an absolute joke. Thanks for that comment, Lincoln, by the way. His penalty, I see the penalty. What is he doing, man? He's got a decent left foot on him and smashed that top bins. But, you know, it's only a friendly, so let's not get carried away with it. But even so, I don't want to see him start games. He ain't mobile enough for me. Mkhitaryan was poor in all the games. Evening, Chris. I hope you're well. And you're right, mate. As Tierney signed, yeah, you're a wind-up, Georgie. You're a wind-up. Good evening, VP, moderator in the chat. Hope you're well, mate. Tony says, loan him, not as good as Eddie and Saka. Listen, the thing is, right, Saka, I think Reiss is ahead of Saka. That's just my opinion. Listen, I take yours on board and I fully accept where you're coming from. Why not keep them both? Why not keep them both? Some of these kids, that John Jules as well, Eddie and Ketia. Nelson's 19. Thank you for that, Jack. These kids have shown more heart and hunger for that shirt than some of these experienced players on top money, mate. So, you know, why not play all of them? Why not give them a sustained run of games in the team? Joe Willock, I think Joe Willock came of age in that Europa League final when he came on from Mesut Ozil. He came off the bench and he done more in 20 minutes than a lot of them players have done for 6 months. So, you know, he since then has gone on pre-season tour to America and he has been fantastic, absolutely brilliant. We've got Martinelli as well, but why not integrate these players? You know, at the end of the day, Arsenal fans want somebody they can back and get behind. It's the same old rubbish week in, week out, sideways, backwards, slow the tempo down. How about let's put some of these kids in, like Reece Nelson, to get the ball down, run at people, scare people, and then when you've got the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang up front, you've got 2 genuine bangers up front that know where a goal is. And you know, when you've got Reece Nelson crossing from one side and you've got I don't know, Saka on the other side, or even John Jules or Smith Rowe or whoever, Ceballos coming in. You know, you've got some genuine quality youngsters, and make the team all about the youngsters and put some quality around them. You know, if Zaha comes in, fantastic, we back it. You know, whether I rate him or not is irrelevant. If he signs for Arsenal, I back him. Yeah, and after the games, before the games, I say what I want. During the games, nobody can question that I back players because I do it all the time. Good evening to moderator Football Fan Chat. Hope you're well, mate. My battery's not going to hold up much longer, so this will go on for about 5 more minutes. So I'll try and rifle through these comments as quick as I can. Currently watching from a hotel. Nice one, Omar. Where you at, bruv? Hope you're well. Lee listening to the top tunes. I only listen to top tunes, VP. Live updates from the matches this season, Lee, says Eric. I'll still be doing the usual, mate. I'll still be doing the same press conference reaction, previews, starting 11 live reactions. I'll be doing my review after the game. That'll be pre-recorded mostly. That'll only be a short review for home games. Away games, it'll be slightly different. I've got something planned for that, but I can't tell you that right now. I'll tell you that when the season is close to underway. And then I'll be doing my player ratings and that. But all of that will be the day before and on match day. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, I've got a lot of content coming forward. The podcast to start. I spoke to the person I want on first. That's going to be done hopefully next week. I'm back on Saturday. Hopefully I'm going to get myself down to where that person is, and we're going to sort that out ASAP, because obviously you guys have backed it from day one. So let's get it out there as quick as we can. Zaha is massively overpriced and overrated, says Sanjay. Couldn't agree more, mate. Everton, Suarez and Malcolm and Tierney would cost the same. But then that halts Reece Nelson again. I want to see Reiss play. Guendouzi and Martinelli combo. Listen, both of them, right? Listen, that Martinelli, I've said this before on here. I've got a friend who works for ESPN in South America. That guy told me he is a diamond in the rough out in Brazil, mate. Yeah, we've got a good player on our hands with that Martinelli. Everton are in talks to sign Zaha. Thank you for that, Dexter. I hope you're well, mate. Well, listen, if Everton go and get him, what does that say? Maybe that's just Crystal Palace putting it out there to hurry us up. I don't know. Maybe that's his agent putting it out there. I see he was on a jet ski yesterday. I don't know where he is. Is he in Dubai or somewhere? But yeah, he was chilling on the jet ski. So what centre back would you sign right now? Says the DJ with no name. Well, that's a good DJ name there. I'd go for Connor Cody, mate. Even Nathan Aki, I'll take him. Still raging about the final. My battery's on 10%, so I'm just going to have to keep this going and keep it moving, yeah? Lee loves Nas, says Nikki B. Nas is the best rapper of all time, bruv. And Cardi B. Cardi B's sick. Bale or Zaha. Listen, a lot of people don't want Gareth Bale, mate. I'd take him in a heartbeat. Yeah, he might be injured for 70% of the season. The 30%, he turns up more than most of our squad. So, genuine top player. I didn't want to admit it when he was at Tottenham, but as soon as he left Tottenham, I wished him well over in Madrid. And let's be real, he smashed it for Madrid. That bicycle kick in the final was crazy, man. Are you doing match day vlogs, says Aiden. No, I'm never going to do match day vlogs, mate. I'm never going to do them. I'd rather just watch the games, if I'm being honest, rather than... I know you can still watch it because you're just talking and looking, so you don't have to look into the camera, but I'd rather just watch the games, mate. Do you play Fantasy Premier League, Lee? Says Kuno. Well, I'm glad you've mentioned that, because a couple of people have brought that up. Recently, I'm going to set up a Premier League fantasy team, a league that you can all join. I'm going to do that when I get back. I'm back on Saturday. So when I do my live streams on Saturday, my transfer update won't be out until mid-afternoon on Saturday, unless I do it at the airport in Malaga, but probably be too noisy to do that, so I'll do it when I get back. But then when I do my live stream at 5 o'clock on Saturday, all remind me to set up a fantasy league, yeah? I'll set it up, I'll put the pin number to join, and top 4 places, I'll do a prize for all of them, yeah? No matter where you are in the world, top 4 places, I'll send out whatever the prize. I'll think of what the top 4 prizes will be, and yeah, whoever wins the fantasy league 1, 2, 3, and 4, you'll get a prize each. I'll send out, yeah. Love from Uganda. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I hope you're well, mate. John Walden, highly loving the videos. Do you think we need a new goalkeeper, or would you be happy with Leno, Martinez and Macy? To be honest with you, mate, the more I think about it, listen, I thought Martinez is quite a weird one, actually, because he said that he didn't want to play second fiddle, right? He wanted to be a number 1. But then he said, if I'm a number 2, that means I could be a number 1. So, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think we should prioritise other areas. Centre back. I can't believe we're not buying a centre back, mate. I know we're buying Saliba, but that's not for now. And I think that's just ridiculous. Stop ignoring me. You look red again. I don't look red, man. It's this lighting, mate. Trust me, I'm golden child right now. Bale missed 9 matches. Neymar missed like 30. Well, there you go, mate. I'm not self-promoting before people think that. I'd really appreciate a shout out. It's 173 off 1K, a few hundred people on. Yeah, go give moderator Football Fan Chat a follow. He's a Chelsea fan, good guy. Set up his channel recently. He's nearly on 1,000, so go and give him a shout. Go and check his channel out and subscribe to him. Listening to you on the road, big up Lee. Thank you, Sebastian. The airport in Malaga is loud as fuck. Mate, it is. That's why I didn't do my transfer update when I landed, yeah, when I first got it, because it was just a nightmare. The noise was a joke, mate. So yeah, the transfer update on Saturday won't be out until afternoon. What price is Connor Cody? Good evening, Philip. Hope you're well. I'd say about the 30 million, about 30 mil, 35 maybe. Big love from Islamabad. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that, Roth one. We need a right back. Says Petio. Well, I'm not sure we do. If we keep Callum Chambers, then he can play right back, can't he? So he can play centre back, he can play right back, and he can play CDM. So I'm not quite sure that we need a right back, and I think the centre back's more of a priority, mate. Omar says, do you think Tierney is coming? I still think we'll get him. I do. I genuinely think we'll get him. It'll be a deadline day one, and he'll fly down from Glasgow on deadline day or something to Luton. And they'll rush him down to Colney for a medical. That's what I think. Would you take Roman Nogli? Says Bellewa, the daydreamer. Good evening to you, mate. I hope you're well. I don't know, man. We're linked with that Rugani right now as well. I'm not too sure about him either, if I'm being honest. Nelson's overrated. He's an Instagram model. Bruv, your whole team's overrated. You've won jack shit for 10 years. In fact, you've only won 1 trophy in about 20 odd years. 25, 26 years. Pipe down, Spurs fans. Callum Chambers is too slow and too casual. We get skinned at right back. Do you know what? That's true, mate. But he might be a good stopgap. I don't know until Bellerin comes back. But then is Bellerin any better defensively? I'm not so sure. Big up the 450 people nearly watching live. This is going to end in a couple of minutes. My battery's about to die. Only 63 likes. So all please go and bang that like button. But just to wrap up, I'll do a couple more questions before I do wrap up. Reece Nelson, I'd rather see him stay. But listen, it'd probably be better for him if he went on loan. But for an Arsenal fan like myself, I'd rather see him play for Arsenal. You know, he signed a long-term deal just before he went on loan to Hoffenheim. Why not play him? He's direct, he's young, he's quick, he's technically good. He's got an eye for a cross, he's got an eye for a goal. He seemed to have been always in the right place at Hoffenheim to tap in goals. And he'll play for the badge. He's an Arsenal boy, isn't he? So why not give him a go? What have we got to lose? And it could save us 35 million pound on buying a winger. So I don't really want to see him loaned out, but maybe the best thing for him to get game time is to be loaned out. But I hope that he's having conversations with Unai Emery and he's telling him, listen, I want to play for Arsenal. Because if he isn't, and that's worrying, but I'd imagine that he is. What are your thoughts on Socrates' red card? To be honest, that was mate, both of them red cards shouldn't have happened. It's a friendly. Why is he sending people off, man? Nelson is better than Mickey on the wing. I agree with that, Daniel. Lord Jenko is going to stay, says 1915 FC. Mate, he pocketed Hazard yesterday, I'll give him that. But he ain't great defensively, is he? Let's be real. He's not good enough, man. When Ceballos and Saliba deals announced, says Chunwei. Well, hopefully today or tomorrow, but I've been saying that for 3 weeks, mate. So I don't know. You know what Arsenal are like? They've just landed back from America a few hours ago as well. So, and we've got a game on Sunday. I'd imagine between now and Sunday that'd be announced, or between now and Saturday, just so that people that go to the game. Obviously, he's not going to walk out and be on the pitch, I wouldn't imagine. But I think that'd give everyone a big lift if they're announced. And I'd imagine that'd be done by Sunday in terms of official announcement. Vigard T, great channel, Lee, greetings from Norway. Beautiful country, mate, and thank you for that. Appreciate it. If we get Tierney, do we keep Kolasinac? Mate, I'd bin him immediately. Thomas the Tank. Right, I'm going to do 3 more of these comments before my battery dies. Do you think Martinez will do better in the Premier League, or do we need another keeper? Says Shaney. I think we should just keep him for now, mate. There's other areas that need looking at rather than goalkeeper for me, mate. You need to buffen up like a Wobie last season. Mate, I'm 10 stone dripping wet, bro. At least I got a nice tan, you know what I'm saying? How long can Arsenal fans blame Wenger and Gazidis, says Kaifo? Very good question, my friend. And the answer to that is until we get rid of every single one of the players they signed, bar Aubameyang and Lacazette. Maybe Rob Holding in that as well. But yeah, other than that, listen, there's a lot of players at the club that are on ridiculous money that should never have been here in the first place. So I suppose that's the answer, mate. Well, that's my answer anyway. Which was the greatest finish in league history? Man City in 2012 or Arsenal? I don't know, man. Listen, I'll never forget that Aguero goal. That Aguero goal was mad, mate. To win it with the last kick of the season. I don't think that'll ever be topped, mate, if I'm being honest. Big up from Denmark. Thank you, Tracy. Would you dye your hair like Ozil? Well, if I actually take out all this hair gel in my hair, mate, my hair's brighter than his anyway. So I don't need to dye my hair. Do you know what? This Spurs 13, I swear, mate, you watch all my streams. You're a proper lover of the channel. I appreciate that. #1 fan. And you don't half chat some crap in my comments. Mate, come back to me when you see your club win a Premier League title, mate. Until then, zip it, Shrimpy. On that note, please all stick a like on the video. I will be back around midday tomorrow with a transfer update. Thank you to nearly 500 people. It is only a short stream. Like I said, my battery's dying. And yeah, there we go. But yeah, just to close up, I'd keep Reece Nelson. I don't want to see him go on loan to Hertha Berlin. But for the sake of him, in terms of playing time, that might be something he looks at, because maybe he's been told otherwise in terms of getting games at Arsenal. But anyway, thank you very much. Subscribe if you're new. It is free. Nearly 22k as well. It's gone up well quick this week. So big up everyone who has subscribed recently and over the whole length of the channel, really. Keep your eyes peeled for the daily transfer update tomorrow. All bang a like before you leave. And I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.